chicken tikka masala is the most popular dish worldwide for Indian food anyway. But according to IndianTimes.com, it was actually invented in Scotland. I had no idea. Today, I'll be making this dish, chicken tikka masala. Chicken tikka masala is a curry like most Indian foods. It is a little different in the sense that instead of it being really spicy, really overpowering almost, smelling like standard curry, it's a less spicy, more mild, tomato-based curry. It's really delicious. It's creamy, not chunky at all, delicious. So first we're going to go over the ingredients you're going to need for this, and that is going to be plain yogurt. Don't get fruity stuff, it will be disgusting. Plain yogurt, garam masala, which is a popular Indian spice. It's kind of like India's allspice. It's just a mix of different spices. You can look up a recipe online anywhere. Common household spices, salt, pepper, anything like that. We need a pound of chicken breast. We also need onion and garlic, ginger, tomatoes, of course, and tomato paste. It's going to be delicious. So, for the chicken prep, unfortunately, masala takes about an hour to prepare, so without doing any sort of editing, it was kind of impossible to be able to demonstrate step by step how to do it, so I'm going to do my best by walking you through it. So for the chicken, the prep, all you need is 1 pound of just boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Dice it up to about bite-sized pieces. And then you're going to make a marinade out of plain yogurt, garam masala, salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of ginger. So you're going to mix all that stuff together. And then you will mix the chicken in with that. Make sure to cover it evenly. It's going to turn into like an orange creamy looking marinade. So you're going to set that in the fridge for about 2 hours. So after 2 hours, you're going to preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And you're going to spread your chicken out evenly on a baking sheet so that it'll cook evenly, no piece will be raw. And then you pop it in the oven. It'll only take about 10 minutes to cook. They're really small pieces. Take that out, and while your chicken is cooking, you can start making your sauce. And your sauce, what I would recommend is cutting up all your vegetables before starting. So you're going to cut up your chili peppers, you're going to cut up your tomatoes, your garlic. I would recommend buying a can of minced garlic instead of trying to mince it yourself. It's a lot easier. So chop up all your vegetables and put them in separate bowls. So you're going to start by sauteing your onions and your peppers, garlic as well. Anything that's hard, you want to saute. And once it becomes soft, then you add your tomatoes and your tomato paste, and you stir it all together. And it becomes like a chunky red tomato soup, is what it turns out to be. So you're going to keep that simmering until the tomatoes are pretty soft enough to blend. So this is where it kind of gets weird. You blend it in a blender. You can use a food processor, but it gets kind of messy. I would definitely recommend a blender. So dump it all in a blender. I use a wok because it's so big and easy. Dump it all in a blender, and you're going to blend it into a creamy red paste. It's going to be kind of thick, but you're going to add some water and cream later, so it'll thin out a little bit. So once you get it all blended together and smooth, you are going to put it back in your wok. And this is when you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of water, depending on how thick it is. And then you also add some more garam masala, about a teaspoon of it, and then you add salt and pepper and some coriander. So you mix that up and you let it simmer for another couple minutes, just enough to get the spices to where you can smell it. It's going to smell really good. So after you let it simmer for a little bit, now you can add your chicken that you set aside after taking it out of the oven. You add your chicken chunks and you stir it all together until they're evenly coated. And now at this point it's going to be a bright red, a little thick. It's going to be pretty spicy if you taste it. So at this point you can now add your cream. Just get heavy whipping cream from the store, works perfect. That's what I used. You're going to add your cream to this. It takes about a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup depending on how much paste you have. So add your cream, and then it's going to turn into almost an orange color. It's a light red, almost orange color. It's really good. The consistency of curry. And then spice to taste. This is where you taste test and you spice to taste. We had to add a little more garam masala because the cream kind of cut down on the spice, but I think we've got it perfect now. So at this point, the dish is ready to eat. Traditionally, you eat it with, it's called naan bread. It's an Indian, almost like a thick tortilla. I didn't make it today, it's really messy to make. But you will serve it over rice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a plate of rice going here. I just made it in a rice cooker. Just get a small plate of rice going. We'll let our audience taste test the masala. See if we did good. Doesn't take too much. And I will let my audience member, I was only able to get one because of the long weekend. She will tell us how it tastes. Very
It's hot,
delicious.
but it's good.
Perfect, so that is how you make chicken tikka masala. I found this recipe on allrecipes.com, and that's personally my favorite recipe website. It has a lot of good stuff. Thank you for watching today. That's all we have.